What if procrastination isn't a weakness, but a creative power you've been using against yourself? You think you're just delaying a task. You think you're choosing comfort. Oh no, it's much deeper than that. With every hesitation, you are actively selecting a reality. You are casting a vote for the state of later. You are practicing the feeling of tomorrow. In the next few minutes, we won't talk about time management. We will talk about reality selection. Because you are not a procrastinator. You are a powerful consciousness that has simply perfected the state of waiting. And by the end of our time together, you will know how to select a new one. Instantly. You call it procrastination, this heavy blanket that smothers your fire. You've been told it's laziness, a character flaw, but that's a lie whispered by a world that doesn't understand the inner world. This isn't about weakness, oh no. This is about a deep, silent betrayal of the self. It's a profound disconnect between the magnificent vision you hold in your imagination and the state your body currently occupies. You desire one thing, but your consciousness is anchored elsewhere. It's not that you don't want to act. It's that the feeling of not acting has become your refuge, a familiar comfort zone. The real question isn't why you delay, but what state are you unconsciously choosing to protect? Your desire points north, but your inner compass is stuck, pointing to the fleeting comfort of the now. You already are the person who achieves, but you're living in the memory of the person who hesitates. The power to shift is within you, waiting for a single conscious selection. But that's only the surface. This hesitation, this delay, it's a biological echo. Your mind, in its infinite wisdom, is programmed for one thing above all else: survival. And survival, in its most primitive sense, means avoiding discomfort and seeking immediate relief. It's the whisper of dopamine, the siren's call for a quick fix. That fleeting moment of scrolling, that bite of comfort food, that "I'll do it tomorrow." It feels like a reward. It feels like safety. But it's a phantom pleasure, a ghost in the machine. Each time you yield, you are reinforcing an assumption that relief is found in avoidance, not in action. You are teaching your magnificent operant power to seek solace in the small, the immediate, the insignificant. You are conditioning your very being to trade the infinite potential of your future for the cheap currency of a moment's ease. The chains of procrastination weren't forged in a single moment of failure, but link by link, with every choice to numb the discomfort of growth. Here's what changes everything. You've fallen into a hypnotic rhythm, a cycle of desire followed by retreat. This cycle creates a reality, an identity. You see the mountain you wish to climb, you feel the pull of the summit, but then the brain whispers of the steep path, the rocky terrain. And in that instant, the inner world shifts. The discomfort of the climb becomes more real than the glory of the peak. You have allowed the assumption of pain to overpower the selection of victory. This isn't just a mental habit. It's a spiritual one. You are betraying your I am. Every time you say I will, but your actions scream not now, you create a fracture in your consciousness. This inner conflict drains your creative power, leaving you exhausted before you even begin. The feeling is the key, and you've been practicing the feeling of delay until it has become your dominant state. The world you see is simply a mirror to this practiced state of being. Now go deeper. Think of your goals not as tasks, but as future realities waiting to be selected. When you procrastinate, you are actively choosing to remain in your current reality. It's a vote of no confidence in your desired future. The universe doesn't respond to your wishes. It responds to your conviction, to the state you embody. Procrastination is the embodiment of doubt. It's a prayer for more of the same. You want a new life, but your daily rituals are an ode to the old one. You're trying to build a palace with the blueprints of a prison cell. The disconnect is agonizing because a part of you, the real you, knows the truth. It knows you are limitless potential. It knows you are the operant power itself. This feeling of being stuck is the cry of your higher self, begging you to close the gap between who you are and who you are pretending to be through your inaction. It's a sacred alarm, calling you back to yourself. This cycle can be broken, right now. It begins not with a grand gesture, but with a subtle inner shift. It's the decision to honor your desire over your comfort. It is the conscious selection of a new state of being. You must understand that every moment of delay is a choice. You are choosing to feed the reality you claim to despise. The path to freedom isn't found in fighting the urge to delay, but in awakening a more powerful feeling. The feeling of what it's like to be the person who has already done it. You must fall in love with the feeling of completion, of discipline, of becoming. This isn't about forcing yourself. It's about aligning yourself. It's about making the feeling of your future success more compelling than the temporary comfort of your present hesitation. Feeling is the key, and you hold that key in your hand right now. The same mind that traps you in delay is the very instrument of your liberation. It is not your enemy. It is a powerful neutral tool awaiting your command. You have been unconsciously programming it to crave ease, to associate pleasure with escape. But this programming can be overwritten. Right now, you are the operant power, the master programmer of your own consciousness. The brain doesn't create your reality. It simply responds to the assumptions you feed it. You have assumed that effort is pain and avoidance is pleasure. This is the core belief holding you captive. But what if you chose a new assumption? What if you decided with absolute conviction that action itself is the reward? This is not about motivation. Motivation is a fickle mistress, a fleeting feeling that comes and goes. The secret is not to wait for motivation, but to command it into existence through action. The spark doesn't ignite the fire. The friction of movement does. Your I am is not a passive observer. It is the actor, the doer, the prime mover. But that's only the surface. The dopamine you seek, that delicious chemical of reward and satisfaction, is not found at the end of the road. It is released in the journey. You've been told to get motivated before you start, but this is a reversal of the law. Action is the cause. Motivation is the effect. The moment you take that first small physical step, you send a powerful signal to your brain. You are declaring a new reality. You are selecting a new state. The simple act of beginning, opening the book, writing the first sentence, putting on your running shoes, triggers a small but potent release of dopamine. It's a biological whisper that says, "This is good. Keep going." This is how you hack the reward system. You don't chase the feeling. You generate it. You become a conscious creator of your own inner chemistry. Your imagination holds the blueprint, but your action lays the foundation. Stop waiting for the feeling to be right. Start acting, and the feeling will have no choice but to follow. Here's what changes everything. To truly reprogram your mind, you must become intentional with your rewards, but not in the way you think. The reward is not a consolation prize for doing something you hate. It is a sacred ritual that seals your victory. After a period of focused work, not before, you must consciously and deliberately grant yourself a pleasure. This trains the brain, on a deep cellular level, to associate effort with a positive outcome. It bridges the gap between the discomfort of the present action and the joy of the future result. This isn't bribery. It's alignment. You are teaching your body that discipline is not deprivation, but a gateway to greater fulfillment. The choice of reward matters. It should be something that genuinely nourishes your spirit, not another form of escape that dulls your consciousness. By doing this, you are creating a new feedback loop, a virtuous cycle where action leads to reward, and reward fuels more action. You are becoming the master of your own reward system. Now go deeper. This reprogramming is an act of identity selection. Every time you act in accordance with your desired reality, you are casting a vote for your future self. You are embodying the state of the person who has already achieved what you desire. You begin to feel like a person of action, not because of some external validation, but because your own actions are proving it to you. The key is to start so small that it feels absurd not to do it. The brain cannot resist an easy win. A single push-up, reading one page, writing one line of code. These micro-victories are the building blocks of a new identity. They accumulate, creating momentum that becomes unstoppable. You are no longer the person who tries to be disciplined. You become the person who is disciplined. It's a shift in your I am. It's a quiet internal revolution where the old self, the procrastinator, simply starves from a lack of attention. This transformation is not about willpower. It is about wisdom. It's about understanding the nature of your own mind and working with it, not against it. You already are the master of this inner technology. You have been using it unconsciously to create a state of delay. Now you will use it consciously to create a state of dynamic, joyful action. The power was never outside of you. It was always within, waiting for you to claim it. The feeling is the key, and the feeling you must now cultivate is the quiet satisfaction of a promise kept to yourself. It is the feeling of integrity, of alignment, of becoming. Start now. Take one small action. Feel the shift. That feeling is the key unlocking your new reality. That feeling is the truth of who you are. Your words are not mere sounds. They are incantations. They are decrees that shape the unseen substance of your consciousness. The way you speak to yourself is the most potent form of prayer you will ever practice. Listen to the language you use. I have to do this. Can you feel the weight in those words? The resistance? It's the language of a prisoner, a slave to circumstance. It implies that power lies outside of you. This is a hypnotic spell you have cast upon yourself, reinforcing a state of powerlessness with every utterance. But you are the operant power. You are the source. The shift from procrastination to action is not a battle. It's a declaration. It begins the moment you consciously change your language. You must stop begging your mind to cooperate and start commanding it from a state of authority. Your inner world is not a democracy. It is a kingdom, and your word is law. But that's only the surface. Now select a new language, a language of power. Instead of "I have to," declare "I choose to." Feel the immediate shift in your inner world. "I have to finish this report" becomes "I choose to finish this report because I am a person of excellence." "I have to go to the gym" becomes "I choose to energize my body because I honor this vessel." This is not a trick. It is a profound truth. Choice implies power. It repositions you as the creative force in your own life. But we can go even deeper. The most powerful language is the language of identity. I am. Stop saying, "I will try to be more disciplined." Instead, declare the truth. I am disciplined. You are not becoming. You already are. You are simply selecting the reality where this is true and embodying it through your words. Your subconscious mind does not argue. It only accepts. Feed it a new assumption about who you are, and it will move heaven and earth to make it your reality. Here's what changes everything. Your body is the physical expression of your consciousness. It is the sounding board for your inner state. You cannot assume a state of power while inhabiting a posture of defeat. Look at yourself right now. How are you sitting? Is your posture slumped? Your breathing shallow? This is the physiology of procrastination. It's a feedback loop. Your defeated posture sends a signal to your brain that you are tired, overwhelmed, and powerless, which in turn makes you want to procrastinate more. Now break the spell. Stand up. Pull your shoulders back. Lift your chin. Take a deep, powerful breath. Hold it. Feel the rush of energy. This is the posture of certainty. This is the physical signature of the I am. You can change your entire emotional state in less than 2 minutes simply by commanding your body. Your physiology is not a result of your feelings. It is a gateway to them. Use it as the powerful tool it is. Now go deeper. Combine the power of your physiology with the power of your word. This is the secret of the masters, the core of applied faith. As you stand in your posture of power, speak your declarations aloud. Don't just think them. Give them life with your breath. Let the vibration of the words, "I am focused," "I am powerful," "I am action," resonate through your entire being. Feel the words as you speak them. Remember, feeling is the key. Your words plant the seed, but your feeling is the water that makes it grow. When you speak from a place of conviction, with a body that reflects that conviction, you are creating a coherence between your inner and outer worlds. You are sending an undeniable command to the universe within you. This is not about shouting at a mirror. It is a sacred alignment of mind, body, and spirit. It is the conscious creation of a new state of being. This isn't about faking it till you make it. That implies you are pretending. You are not pretending. You are remembering. You are remembering the truth of who you are beneath the layers of conditioning and self-doubt. You are the creative power, the I am, the selector of realities. Your words and your posture are the tools you use to scrape away the illusion of powerlessness. When you say, "I choose to act now," you are not motivating yourself. You are aligning with your true nature. When you stand tall, you're not feigning confidence. You are embodying the confidence that is your birthright. Stop seeing this as a struggle. See it as a return to the powerful, decisive, and creative being that you already are. Command your mind, command your body, and watch your reality transform in obedience. Now we move from theory to application, from knowing to being. You are about to receive 5 keys, not to manage procrastination, but to annihilate the state from which it arises. The first is a sacred law of motion. You have an impulse, a whisper from your higher self to act. From the moment that impulse arrives, you have a 5-second window. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you do not move, if you do not take one physical step in that window, your mind's safety mechanism, the resistance, the self-sabotage, will activate and kill the idea. This is not a gimmick. This is a spiritual tool to bypass the conditioned mind. It is a declaration of war on hesitation. When the impulse comes to speak, to create, to move, you count backward 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you launch your body into action. You are using this countdown as a sacred command, an incantation to sever the chains to the old state and thrust your consciousness into a new reality of immediate action. But that's only the surface. The second key is to master your imagination, the creative studio of God. Your mind avoids action because it assumes the pain of effort is greater than the pain of inaction. You must reverse this assumption. Close your eyes and step into the future. But do not visualize success. Not yet. I want you to feel, with every fiber of your being, the crushing weight of not having acted. See yourself 1 year from now in the exact same place, haunted by the same regrets, suffocated by the potential you betrayed. Feel the shame. Feel the disappointment. Make this feeling so real, so visceral, that your inner world recoils from it. This is not negative thinking. This is spiritual strategy. You are creating an anticipatory pain so potent that the discomfort of action feels like a sweet relief in comparison. You are making the state of procrastination more unbearable than any task. You are teaching your consciousness that the true hell is not in the effort, but in the regret of a choice not made. Here's what changes everything. The third key is the alchemy of time. A monumental task appears to your mind as an impassable mountain. The assumption of its immensity paralyzes you, but you are the master of your perception. You must take that mountain and, with your operant power, shrink it into a series of pebbles. Any task, no matter how great, can be broken into a 10-minute block of focused, uninterrupted effort. 10 minutes. Your mind cannot argue with 10 minutes. It's too small, too insignificant to resist. You are not committing to finishing the project. You are only selecting the state of working on it for 10 minutes. This is the secret. You give yourself full permission to stop after 10 minutes. But what you will find is that the law of motion takes over. An object in motion stays in motion. That first block of action generates the dopamine, the feeling of accomplishment, which makes the next 10-minute selection almost effortless. You are tricking the gatekeeper of your mind to let you into the castle of flow. Now go deeper. The fourth key is the power of ritual. You must create a fixed, unchangeable routine that signals the start of your work. This is your entry routine. It could be anything: making a specific cup of tea, playing a certain song, saying a specific declaration. The ritual itself must be simple, repeatable, and non-negotiable. What does this do? It automates your transition into a state of focus. It becomes a hypnotic trigger. After a few repetitions, your consciousness will learn that when this ritual begins, the time for distraction is over. The time for action has been selected. You are no longer relying on your fickle willpower to get started. You are relying on a conditioned response, an automatic pathway you have consciously carved into your own being. This ritual becomes a sacred bridge, leading you effortlessly from the world of distraction and delay into the inner sanctum of deep work and creative power. The final key is to become the architect of your reality. Your physical environment is a mirror of your mental state. If your workspace is filled with temptations, your phone buzzing, notifications popping up, clutter everywhere, you are living in an assumption of distraction. You are praying for interruptions. You must create a choice-free environment. Before you begin your sacred work, you must mercilessly eliminate every possible distraction. Turn off your phone and put it in another room. Close all unnecessary tabs. Clear your desk. This is not just tidying up. This is a spiritual cleansing. You are designing a reality where the only available choice is the one you wish to make. You are making focus the path of least resistance. When your outer world is aligned with your inner intention, procrastination cannot survive. It starves in the absence of options. You are not just overcoming procrastination. You are designing a life where it has no place to exist. These keys you now hold are powerful, but they are tools. A tool is useless without an architect to wield it. Now you must become that architect. You must build a vision so clear, so emotionally charged, that it pulls you forward. I want you to close your eyes and see the person you will be 1 year from today. Not the person you hope to be, but the person you have decided to become. See this version of you, free from the weight of delay, moving with purpose and certainty. What does their life feel like? What is the feeling of their freedom? Of their power? You must infuse this vision with such intense feeling that it becomes your new home in imagination. This vision is your North Star. When the fog of doubt rolls in, when the siren song of comfort calls to you, this vision is the lighthouse that guides you back to the truth of who you are becoming. It transforms the how of your daily tasks into the why of your magnificent destiny. But that's only the surface. A vision that is not visited regularly is merely a dream. You must make it your reality through the sacred practice of visualization. Every morning before the world plants its seeds of doubt in your mind, and every night before you drift to sleep, you must enter this future reality. Rehearse your future. Feel the feelings of your success now. Feel the satisfaction of completing your work. Feel the pride of keeping the promises you make to yourself. By doing this, you are conditioning your subconscious mind. You are teaching your brain to align with this future reality, making it the dominant assumption within your consciousness. You are no longer a person trying to escape the present. You are a person living from the future. This daily ritual closes the gap between where you are and where you are going. It makes the selection of your desired state not just possible, but inevitable. The feeling is the key, and you are forging that key in the fires of your daily imagination. Here's what changes everything. On this journey, you will stumble. The old state, the ghost of the procrastinator, will whisper to you. You will have moments of failure. This is not a tragedy. It is part of the process. Procrastination is fueled by the poison of perfectionism, the belief that if you cannot do it perfectly, you should not do it at all. You must cast out this lie. Failure is not your identity, it is data. It is a lesson from the universe, showing you a better way. The person you are becoming is not defined by perfection, but by resilience. They are defined by their ability to get back up, to realign with their vision, and to make the next selection without judgment. True success is not an unbroken chain of victories. It is the result of consistent, imperfect effort. So when you fall, do not marinate in guilt. Rise, realign with your I am, and take the next small step. That is the essence of true power. Now go deeper. Your vision must be anchored to something greater than your own comfort or success. It must be anchored to purpose. Why do you want to overcome this state of delay? What will your action create in the world? Who will you serve? A vision for yourself can be inspiring, but a vision for others is compelling. It is an unstoppable force. Purpose is the divine fuel that burns away all resistance. When your why is big enough, the how takes care of itself. When you act in service of a purpose, you are no longer operating from your limited personal will. You are becoming a channel for a greater power to move through you. Your actions take on a new weight, a new significance. You are no longer just getting things done. You are co-creating with the infinite. Find your purpose, connect your vision to it, and watch as procrastination dissolves in the face of your divine mission. You are no longer the person who read the title of this message. The knowledge, the feeling has already changed you. You have been reminded of the truth. You are not a victim of procrastination. You are the operant power who has been unconsciously selecting a state of delay. And because you selected it, you can unselect it. It is a choice. A moment-to-moment selection of the state you wish to occupy. Use these keys. Build your vision. Live in your imagination. Embrace resilience. Anchor to your purpose. You are not fighting a battle. You are simply remembering who you have always been. A powerful, deliberate creator. The feeling of procrastination is a distant memory. The feeling of focused, purposeful action is your new reality. It is who you are. Now, you are no longer the person who waits. That was just a state you were passing through. The shadow. Your true nature is action. Your real power is selection. Now. So, the only question that matters is this. What magnificent reality are you ready to select? Right now? Let me know in the comments what you felt shift inside you. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because this awakening is only the beginning. The next video is not just another lesson. It's the next level of your power. Click it now and go deeper.